food strike hit a lot of places yesterday. It was down here in Houston. It was over on the West Bank in New Orleans, I understand.
I looked for it. I didn't see it.
Well, it wasn't everywhere, but it was a lot of places as some customers in search of their burgers and fries ran into strikers. Thousands staged nationwide walkouts. Workers say they want $15 an hour. That's more than double the federal minimum wage of $7.25 now. One worker said, you know, $7.25 really don't do anything. Just pays bills, nothing more. I'm out here fighting for more. How about fighting to get a better education, fighting to get a better job? You see, fast food jobs were never meant to be career positions.
I did see a lovely interview with a young woman. I think she lived in, I don't know, Washington or Philadelphia or somewhere over that way.
Oh, very nice.
And they interviewed this young woman. She was 20. I forgot her name, but they put it up there. And she had a 2-year-old child, and she was struggling to make ends meet by working at this minimum wage job. And then they had a little video clip of her sitting on the couch at the house with the little 2-year-old baby kind of running around and saying, we can just barely make it month to month. And
oh boy,
I couldn't help but spot that big screen TV over there at the other end of the couch there.
Well, we got that off the EBT card.
And I just kept wondering to myself, if you got the baby when you were, 18, and you're 20 now, and I'm just wondering, did that hold back your schooling at all? Did it keep you from getting all the education you needed? And if so, perhaps that was poor planning or no planning on your part at all.
I want to ask some of these people, did you graduate from high school? Did you get all C's and D's? Did you work at all towards getting a good education? Chances are, like most people stuck in the fast food industry, you just didn't pay attention in school, and now you're paying the price.
Plus, that TV did look like if you put that out there, maybe, as a new television set, I'm guessing whatever you paid for that probably would have helped provide some formula for that baby.
The thing of it is, they want $15 an hour. Okay, most of these fast food operations are franchises, small businessmen. So all that's going to happen, if they, by the way, the labor, kind of like we talked about a while ago, how Barack Obama creates the situation and then solves it. Gee, I guess he must have known these strikes were going to go on, almost like they helped plan them, because yesterday, the labor secretary for the nation came out and said, well, I guess all these strikes in fast food indicate that we certainly need to do something about this living wage law.
What a perfect coincidental timing event.
Yeah, he just had a statement all planned out and everything. Now, here's the deal, though. What's going to happen with these guys? Okay, let's say they make the law. Minimum wage is now $15 and not $7.25. All the small business guy is going to do, let's say he currently employs a crew of 20. He's going to cut that back to a crew of 10 and tell them, all right, all you guys, you 10 are going to do the work 20 used to do. Everybody's going to double up. That's all they're going to do.
Well, a lot of these people that are working those minimum wage jobs did not take economics in school.
Yeah, they don't know how it works,
so they don't get that.
Well,
they just want to get paid.
Luckily, Ken was out there, man on the street, had his microphone and caught some of the protest action.
Luckily, he was out there. He went for a burger.
Yeah, he's a troublemaker.
Raise the minimum wage! Raise the minimum wage!
Is that him chanting?
What do we want?
Yeah, let me get a number 1 with no onions, no cheese, extra pickles, extra ketchup. And a large Diet Coke, please.
Pull around to the second window, please. I told you guys we should have had the protest on our day off. Now take it from the top, guys. What do we want?
We want the government to do something.
I got the number 6 yesterday and added curly fries.
Hey, everybody.
Should the government do something?
I'm here to give you anything you like. You want free college? Energy? Mortgages? Whatever you like. You have come to the right place. Why? I'll tell you why.
Come on, kids.
Who can take your money? Who can take your money? With a twinkle in their eye. A twinkle in their eye. Take it all away and give it to some other guy. The government. The government. The government can. The government can. Who can tax the sunrise? Who can tax the sunrise? Who can tax the trees? Who can tax the trees? Let you run a business and collect up all the fees. The government. The government. Oh, institution.
I've already did it. It's gone.
If you can give a bailout, tell us to behave. And make the founding fathers roll over in the grave. The government. Oh, the government can. And the government can, 'cause I mix it up and I'll make it all taste good. The government takes everything we make. They're power-hungry and malicious. Their economics are fictitious. Soon we'll have to eat our dishes. Oh, who can be a failure in so many ways? Instead of getting fired, hey, we'll give ourselves a raise. The government. Oh, the government can. And the government can, 'cause they mix it up and lies and make it.
Mix it up with lies and make it all taste good.
And your Uncle Sam can, 'cause he mixes it with lies and makes it all taste good.
I didn't lie. I may have misspoke.
Man, it feels so good, 'cause the government says I should.
How come people can't say the word lie anymore? We got a president who just constantly lies, but he misspeaks.
Well,
He may have
remember,
overstated. He may have
Those
understated.
were the facts as we knew them at that time. That's one of my favorites. Those were facts that we knew at that time.
On the ground. They love to use on the ground. The facts on the ground. Yeah, you know what's on the ground? Our sack. And you're standing on it, buddy. Wayne, what's on your mind?
I just want to ask, have you guys ever worked fast food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
What about it?
Yeah. All right. Well, you really believe that people can get by on
It
$7.25?
doesn't matter. Do you understand economics, how it works? A business doesn't exist to pay you. A business is not there to see that you get by. It's a job. You don't like it, take another one. Step up.
See, but that's the thing, though. People out here are busting their asses and can't find anything.
Well, you know, why do you think that is?
But the economy's going to crap, but still.
But why? Why do you think that is?
And
Why-
it's not even just fast food that is minimum wage. I mean, there's so many jobs out here that you bust your ass for, and you're not making anything for it. No.
Why do you think that is?
He doesn't know. I'll answer for him. He
In the
doesn't
last
know
5
why.
years, the government has doubled in size. When the government doubles in size, it takes up money. It has to. It's like displacement with a ship. It has to knock the private sector away. Who has the jobs? Private sector. Your government is your problem, buddy.
They're asking you,
Not your solution.
in so many words without really saying it, that if you want to make a real living, come work for the government.
That's it.
And make it even bigger. And then you
bigger.
fall into the trap.
And bigger. And then it becomes what? Russia.
I'll tell you what I did. I got by on $3.15 an hour when that was the minimum wage.
I understand. I know where you're going.
That makes me sound old, I know, but that's what I did. And then I got a raise. After about 3 months on the job, I got 3 1/4. I made it. I got by. I didn't do well, but you know what else I did? Got a better job as soon as I could.
You always plan to move up to something else. And
I
then
didn't sit there and say, you know what, this 3 1/4, that is sweet. I'm just going to stay right here.
I just love these helpless guys. Well, there's no jobs out here. Why do you think that is? I don't know. Economy sucks. Why do you think it sucks? I don't know. You know,
Maybe it's
your
for-
first step might be to find out.
Maybe it's the people that you voted for.
It might be, and I think I had a pretty good idea who that guy voted for.
Hello? Oh, you must have a wrong number. There's no one here by the name of Long Rod Von Hudendong.
So level the playing field and hip up. Listen to Walton and Johnson.
Yeah, the only problem is with Barack Obama's the president. As Victoria Jackson said, there's a communist living in our White House. So we have a 35% participation rate. That means only 35% of the population is participating in the labor pool. That is the lowest in 35 years. 35 years. Teen unemployment, the highest ever since we've been recording it, which started back in the 1920s. But other than that, everything's going good.
I was going to say, are you just trying to ruin my weekend?
No, I'm trying to be upbeat about it. Steve, what's on your mind?
A couple of days ago, there was proof beyond a shadow of a doubt that Assad used chemical weapons. Now this morning, the caption read, the Obama administration is going to meet with allies to develop facts. Now,
They're developing facts. That means plan lies is what that means. Hey, Harry, what's on your mind?
I just wanted to say to these people that want minimum wage to go up, they don't realize that all they're doing is creating more minimum wage jobs. Because the people that are making more than minimum wage, we don't get a raise when they jump minimum wage up.
Well, actually, all they're doing is just knocking down jobs because the same amount, the employers are going to spend the same amount on labor. They're just going to divvy it up between fewer people if you make them pay more per person. That's all. It's just simple math. And the guys that are making $15 an hour right now are going to keep making $15 an hour now when everybody else says now the minimum wage is $15 an hour. You just went down to minimum wage. While we were in the break, Billy Ed explained it to me how they would, if he had a business, how he would work it with a vote. He'd go Democratic with it. Everybody loves a Democratic vote. That's America. We like to vote on the stuff in America, so that guy with the 20 employees has to decide whether he's going to pay him double or not. So he calls his 20 employees into the back room there before they open, and he goes, all right, just want everybody to know we're going to vote on this minimum wage thing. If you guys want to raise your salary and double it to $15, we're going to have a vote. And at the same time, just know that the vote means that if we raise the salary by double from $7 to $15, we're also going to fire half of y'all. So, let's hear the vote now. Which half? Well, that has, I've got that on the list right here. Now, you don't need to know who's leaving and who's staying before you vote. So, Roger, how do you vote? How do you vote? And Roger says, well, I'd like to raise my salary to $15 an hour. Well, all right, Roger, you're fired. You made it easy for me, Roger. You were already on the list. I didn't decide that just now, but I wanted to know. You just lost your job, Roger. But the other folks here that are going to make $15 an hour if this passes are going to really appreciate you. All right, Jack, what do you say? Jack wants to keep the minimum wage where it is. Let's just leave it right where it is, and well, happy with it. Jack, it's funny. You're on the list of guys who get to keep their job, okay? And guess what? You're going to make $15 an hour. They don't understand. Mr. Roger over there who's heading for the car. Simple economics. Pokey, what's on your mind?
The War Powers Act.
Yes, the War Powers Act.
Yeah, well, it states that the president can postpone elections indefinitely during the time of war. Roosevelt almost did it during World War II, but he decided not to. If Obama can get us into a war, then he can become king, literally.
Well, let me tell you something. He tries to pull that. He's on thin ice as it is. We've already predicted that. We will see the first time in American history that the White House is stormed by the pot. He'll have a war on his hands, but it'll be more like the one Lincoln had back in the 1860s and not the one that Roosevelt had against the Germans and the Japanese. Hey, the minimum wage is just like all this other stuff. It's all meant to build government dependency. The government, the government, the government, the government, the government. That's all. Kids, decisions and actions have repercussions. When you don't study in school, you don't bust ass to make good grades, you just kind of fluff your way through it and think, I'll just go get a job, I'll get on some welfare or something. Well, that's fine. If you want to be at a subsistence level, you made that choice. But you know what the idea is in the back of their minds is? Well, it doesn't matter if I try hard or not. It doesn't matter if I succeed or not because they owe me. Yeah, oh yeah. They owe me this. That's what they're that's what this entitlement mentality teaches you. Mm-hmm. That's all. So you can be a slave in the government plantation. I blame it on the kids.